these boss babe feminist radicals make you feel that what you're doing is rubbish. You're our child, bro. Come
I
on.
wonder who Ali's talking about.
But
It's not mental illness. You can still be hard at work and soft at home.
What if she's in a position where she loses that respect? Maybe she gets angry or emotional.
I respect these people, but I didn't like that comment. Ayo guys, just letting y'all know the audio is a little bit behind the picture, so if it looks weird, that's why. Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sheikha, and I almost said this is my husband Muhammad, but you're not here today. I just had to jump on this video, and I am literally so mad and so jealous. This conversation was had without me, so I'm gonna insert myself and talk about it. That's what we do. Like, how do I look with a niqab, guys? Is this a look for 2023? Are we finally gonna do it? Inshallah. Inshallah. All the Bitter Truth show. I know Ali Dawa's in it. Smile to Jannah guy brother is in it. Some sisters I don't know, and some other brothers I don't know. Who else? No, I don't know the rest of the people here. But I do follow Smile to Jannah and Ali Dawa. I think their dynamic is usually really funny. I know, like, it's like serious topic and important topics they talk about, but their dynamic just always makes me laugh, so that's cool. And these sisters too, like, I really relate to a lot of the things they said. I watched the whole thing today. I was like profusely going at my oven, just scrubbing away and listening to this, and I was, ironically enough, scrubbing my oven from an 8-hour shift after an 8-hour shift at my 9-to-5 corporate job from my home office. And now I'm doing this, which is content for my business. It's interesting because today's topic is about, do men want career boss babes wives? And I'm just like, this is the best conversation, and I have to be in it. I have to be in it because I have so much to say about this topic. I love it. Let's go.
She has a career. She can't be feminine.
Exactly.
I don't think people. I don't think men necessarily think like that. But nor are we having a discussion that entails sisters can't have a career.
It's coming across that way from listening to you guys.
Yeah, so just clarifying it.
Personally, in my circle of friends, and this is amongst practicing sisters, not so practicing sisters, anybody who is married, has a good husband, he earns not even loads of money, but just enough to pay for everything they need. She doesn't want to work. She's happy, bro. She is happy.
Girls, we're not talking about what you're talking about. We're talking about this set of girls, yes, these boss babes, these feminist radicals.
Let me ask a question.
Where do these boss babes come from? Where do you think they come from, these boss babes?
Would I hoover the house? Yes. Wash the dishes? Yes. I don't know, name whatever you want.
Okay, so
No, one second, let me finish, yeah? I will do that if I want to.
But I wish I could find men that actually thought like that, because to be honest, majority of men want women to work.
And then hence obviously.
Does this conversation pertain to women working from home? Well, or just like career yani outside the house? So this is about not only the boss babes yani, she's outside, she has a career, but she's also in the house. And she got husband, kids, all that, but also wants to work yani. We're talking also about us? Okay. Let's go.
Well, you see a lot of women who get to mid-30s, 40s. They haven't thought about marriage yet. Like, they haven't even begun looking.
Mid-30s, 40s.
So, if that's what you mean by career woman, then my previous answer stays.
Exactly. Let me make it very clear. Me, myself, I would not want a career woman. I would not want a career wife. I wouldn't want a wife who's like, okay, yeah, now you're going to look after the kids. I'm going to have to go because I'm a doctor. I'm not going to let go of this because I studied 5 years to become a... Eh?
Why?
Because I want a traditional wife. Yeah? So...
why would a
It's the
career
preference.
not give
So,
you a traditional
if you don't want that, you don't want that, you know what I'm saying?
I want a wife who's going to be a mother, who's going to look after the kids, who's going to be looking at...
What if your wife is barren? What if everything's great and then all of a sudden your wife is barren? What then? What does she do then? Nothing for herself? You know? I want a wife that's going to be a mother. okay, she's your wife. All of a sudden you find out y'all can't have kids. Maybe you can't give her kids. So what, she's just gonna be at home and just be your wife and not have anything? That's Lisa.
Building up, nurturing the next generation, which is my children. When I come home from work, I would like some food on the table, and many other aspects, to be honest. So when she does that, she's not going to be able to do that. So if I'm doing as a traditional man, if I'm doing my part, I'm not going to be seeing that from the other side, because I'm going to have to come home and she's like, "Oh, did you make food?" No, I did not make food. Yeah. So
ain't no food, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because I don't want to hear that. Yeah. So the thing is here, and this is why a lot of people are making a lot of mistakes. Yeah, sisters, maybe you can add on to this. Yeah. Because you guys didn't really answer it. Thank you very much.
That's because the question was flawed.
Let me answer my question.
Answer it. Look, it's very simple, bro.
I've got what you've implied.
Did you see Andrew Tate tweet today? Quote from the Quran: Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond what it can bear, and then he quoted Surah Al-Baqarah. That's cool.
Beginning and there's an end. So if you're going up the career ladder, that means you're going to have to make certain choices. You're going to have to.
So he's talking about career ladder, and he's talking about like a different type of work, not like any job. Like she could have some job. Any career ladder means like in corporate, you know, like my work, right? Like my job, right? Except I'm not trying to climb the ladder. I'm trying to be comfortable in my role. If I'm a boss everywhere, I'm certainly not a boss in our marriage. You know, I'm a pussycat in our marriage, but I'm killing it at work. I have not seen my card, my bank card, since I got married. I have not seen one bill. I have not seen one rent payment. I have not heard one complaint out of this man's mouth.
The other traits may not necessarily work. You do have to be stoic. You do have to be.
It's a good conversation. I love it.
You do have to be tolerant. You do need to have a thick skin, stuff that is typically not associated with women. So if that person now is coming into your life, and you, depends what sort of man you are. Are you a man that is typically regarded as a high value man, or are you somebody that's not necessarily a high value man?
What does it mean to be a high value man? What does it mean to be a high value man? Is it a man that makes a lot of money? Is it a man that handles his business? Is it a man that is good to his wife? I don't know, because for me, a high value man, does it depend on whose eyes you're looking at it through? To me, a high value man is not necessarily a man that has a lot of education, or who is a millionaire. Money is easy. I don't know, like I look at money as like a toy or something, you know? It's not something that's serious to me or important to me. Not como se dice, like I don't know how, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people take money way too seriously. One thing I can't stand though, to me, now I know, high value man. And the reason why I think we chose each other, I think you agree with me on this one. What I cannot stand in anybody, whether it's gonna be a potential spouse or a friend, myself, a family member, what makes you low value to me is if you don't have ambition. That to me is gross. Like you can be as broke as you want. You can be a scrub out here. And that I will respect you 100%. But if you don't have any ambitions, if you don't have any goals, if you're not striving for something and working towards bettering yourself in some way every day, I think that's not right. I don't like that. That differentiates for me between a high value person or not. You can do it from home. I'm not saying you have to go get out there and do something. It can be whatever. It doesn't need to be a materialistic thing. It can be you're aspiring to memorize the Quran. That's a goal. You know, that's ambition. Not everybody does that.
If they are looking for a high value man, because again, a woman who is in a certain position in her career, she typically wants to marry someone that's at least equal to her, if not higher.
Yeah,
So now if she wants a higher level man, that higher level man, does he want to come home to somebody that does have masculine traits? And the question for me, well, rather the answer from me would be no. If I'm coming home, I don't want to be having debates with somebody over trivial and small things. I don't want somebody, because a man doesn't want to marry a man.
I get that.
Well,
I get that. He said, I don't want to, you know, come home and then debate some trivial things with like my wife. As like a masculine, it's kind of what we talked about, like challenging in a way. You know? I feel like what he said, a woman wants, if she's like at a certain level, she wants a man to at least match that level or to be higher than her. I get that.
In the sense that a man doesn't want to marry somebody that's also masculine. A female tends not to also want to marry somebody that's also feminine as well.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
Yeah, a feminine man to me is a man without ambition. Period. Now I know exactly what that is to me. You don't have ambition? What are you doing?
Comes with being in a career, I would avoid that.
Okay.
So to answer your question,
Moving on. I want to hear the sisters.
Right? And it's interesting because you're talking about like opposites attract, masculine women, feminist men. I actually like when you see these kind of like celebrity couples where the woman is like this powerhouse boss babe, whatever.
Yeah.
Her husband tends to be quite submissive. And
Well, he has no choice but to.
I mean, I don't know whether it's that men have kind of
He
like
has no choice but to.
regressed into this sort of like fetile, sort of like, okay, I'll listen to you,
Like a
kind
wimp.
of like women have an expiration date in terms of having a family. Men don't. You guys could be 70 and birth a new family. If you
That's
wanted
true.
to.
My daddy just had another baby. He's like 60.
But as women, we have a limited time frame of, I think it's like 28 or 36
Yeah,
years,
your peak
something
time
like
is
that.
from anywhere from 18 to about 28.
Yeah, so we only
28,
have
don't play with
and
me
when it
now.
passes, that's it. You're either gonna adopt in your 50s by yourself.
A cat, dog, or are you talking about a baby?
Well, either, whatever
No,
you
it's-
please.
it's-
You know,
it's-
nowadays
it's
there's a
true.
market for everything.
Yeah, literally, there's cats and dogs.
We're Muslims who can
Put it on the
adopt.
microwave and that could be your baby now. You know, who knows?
You were talking about the traits that come with somebody who's climbing a career ladder. And I think this is very, very true. However, I would probably just ask a question. It's not like to trip you up on anything. It's just a question to delve into this more. So what would you suggest for somebody who is not married, has no male to look after them, has to financially provide for herself, has to therefore get a job, has to climb some sort of ladder so that she's not depreciating in terms of her finances because we live in an inflationary world, and then wants to get married? So me, basically. That's me. So exactly. So I've had no choice but to work, but to create my own small business, which I'm very proud of. I'm not a boss.
Shout out to
babe. I
you.
don't claim to be anything like that. Oh, it's Heston Learning Center. It's a tuition center for children, and I also teach children and women's Brazilian jiu-jitsu as well. So
Mashallah.
the thing that I would ask is that, like, I'm really looking forward to
dope.
getting married. So inshallah, when I do get married, I know that I want to embody the traits that are feminine. I don't want to embody the traits that I've been forced to embody, because it is being forced to embody them. I've had no choice. So I can't wait until I don't have to do that anymore.
Wow.
And I can say that.
I'm not saying, I didn't come and say, oh my gosh, you have this career, I'm not going to marry. I never even had that thought process. But I would
Exactly.
ask, do you, once we get married, do you want to continue it? We had that discussion.
And the only reason why my husband's cool with me working corporate is that I'm at home. I don't think you would ever like me to go outside every day. Like, he's literally worried about me if I am like 1 meter away from him. Loving the jealousy, Poppy. That makes me happy. If he didn't care, then that means he doesn't love me. Where's the ghira, you know? Because I'm Muslim. It's safer. It's better for me in the
It
house.
doesn't work like that.
There's a
doesn't
difference here.
allow
The difference is there's a difference between career and a job. Yeah, career.
If you're a Muslim woman and you want to make money and you want to have a job, from home, holla at me on Instagram. I'm gonna help you. You know what? I'm gonna help you.
Is something that's long term. Job is something that's temporary.
Yes.
In fact, when
No,
people
but you
do
can
get
take career breaks as well.
Yes.
but that's
Have
what
your
I'm saying,
own
I'm
money, no
distinguishing
matter
between the
how
two.
good your
Let's just
husband
say
is.
somebody's got married.
Have some
And
pocket
you
money of your
know
own.
that your wife is going to be home, you're going to be at work, she's going to be by herself. Again, that's why.
But again, you're boxing even men and women's roles, which I think now it's not that boxed as you're making it. Even when you're saying traditional men, what is a traditional man? A traditional man also can help to cook and have those skills. A traditional man can actually help his wife if the kids are, troublesome. And
Yes, you can help, but I don't want you to.
Whatever, the dinner, the dishes.
I hate when my husband helps me in the house. He insists to help me because I have like some aches and pains and stuff, but I hate it.
Where at the end of the day, a man has to only work and provide. The women can contribute, and to have a career does not take away her femininity. Characters
No, actually, I feel like she's onto something.
That's where mental health problems come from.
No.
No, smile to Jannah. What are you saying, bro? Guys, you can still be really like great at what you do, get the job done, and still be a soft wife at home. When I have my clients, I say what I need to say. I do the exercises, I do the things. Or when I make my content, I make sure everything is perfect the way that I want it to be, or at work or whatever. I make sure everything is, in order. But when I'm in my marriage, I'm not that person, I turn my brain off and I let my husband, be the one in charge. People gave me a lot of crap for that. I made a video about that. It's not mental illness. You can still be hard at work and soft at home.
What if she's in a position where she loses that respect? Maybe she gets angry or emotional.
I respect these people, but I didn't like that comment.
Enmesh the two so much
That's cool
all
though.
the time, it can become mind-boggling. I understand that, but I also agree with the fact that no, actually, if you are for whatever reason as a woman in a, as you say, non-idealistic situation to you, you've fallen into a career, whatever. As long as you have respect for your husband, you still have the ability to go home and not act like boss babe or whatever it is.
He can be the man.
So on the one hand, you have a biological inclination, yeah, and for you to go towards your biological inclination, and of course societal inclination, that's ideal and less cumbersome on you. When you start putting something that's against your biology and against sociology, and you're trying to mesh the two together, sorry?
How is it against it?
Because women are.
We can be more than one sort of trait and characteristic.
Yeah, but that's where you get the mental health issues.
No, who says that?
You,
Who says
you
that?
do.
I'm studying
Women
MSc
say that.
in-
Women say
no,
that.
if they're saying it, they're not coming from a professional point of view.
Well,
I'm
these
a
are
professional
peer-reviewed
doing
journals.
this.
I've made this very clear before. If my wife was a multi-millionaire, I would tell her, you are not paying for the rent, you're not paying for the shopping, you're not paying for the petrol, you're not paying for the council tax, you're not paying for electricity.
Exactly. That's what he said. He said, if my wife was a millionaire, you're not paying for nothing. And that's exactly how it should be.
But you are not doing that because
my husband would rather die than to have me see even a bill.
Why? Because at the end of the day,
would you be okay? Let's just say one day your wife says, I want to work. What's your response to that?
Very simple. For example, if we've got a child, if we was to have another child, argument's sake, or another child, the question is very simple. Yes, what's going to happen to my child?
The question should be why, isn't it?
No. Of course, it's why. Like why? But the reason why they want to do it is because of this feministic indoctrination of. No, it comes from there because what it is
I'm sorry, Ali Dawa. I'm gonna cut you off, brother, because it's not from a feministic background that a woman wants to work. Let me tell you what it is. We've seen the women in our family stuck with kids and a husband that beats them, a husband that hates them, a husband that cheats on them, and the women don't have no money or anywhere to go. That's what it is. It's not about feminism. It's about what we've seen.
Vilification of being a mother. oh, you're at home, mother. Okay.
No, you're just
Let
a
me tell you something.
housewife. That's
You're
the
just a
phrase.
housewife.
You're
Let me tell you
just
something.
a
Yeah.
housewife.
And let me tell you something. Yeah.
Comes from the friends that we were talking about earlier.
It comes
in
from
another episode.
society.
Yeah, I know, but when you've got them a group of friends as a female, you'll say to them, for example, oh, I've just got married newly and all of that.
Being a
and blah, blah,
housewife
blah,
is
and all the rest
dope.
of it. And you've
Amazing.
got married, right? And you say, oh, I'm gonna stay
should get
home.
paid
And they're gonna say,
for being a
"You're really gonna
housewife."
stay home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then what that does inside of you is you're gonna say, oh, I shouldn't be settling for that.
No, exactly. But this is the issue. We're vilifying being a mother. Why can't my wife have a passion for food? That's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing thing. Why can't she be a housewife? Well, the moment you say this, oh my gosh, is that all you're doing? And these same girls who are saying this, who are then end up in their 30s, not married, not married, and they're realizing that the likelihood of them conceiving is drastically dropping. They are getting, I'm not going to say uglier, but you know, the beauty is
Ali.
slowly, and the yani the. I don't want you to show.
Are you gonna be ugly when you're 30 years old?
Time is
What are you talking
on its way
about?
out. Yeah, I don't want. I'm trying to find different words if you can help me. Yeah. The point is this.
I'm 30 and
Then
I'm
they
shining,
need to be
brother.
equal, and guess what happens? All those standards, boom. What happens? I want this.
We're making a lot of assumptions. I really do. I think we're making a lot of assumptions. I think we're making a lot of assumptions.
Ali say a couple dangerous things out here, man.
Really offensive to turn around and say that every single woman, Muslim woman, let's talk about Muslim women first, yeah? Every single Muslim woman who is.
But the point is this: feminism is infiltrating our houses. We see this, yeah? So what I'm saying is, why does my wife or anyone else's wife have to feel that being a housewife is, I'm not doing nothing with my life?
No, that's not right. I don't think anyone thinks it's negative to be a housewife. I think, why are y'all scared of us having our own money? You know? Like, we don't want to, I can speak for like me. That's it. Like, I don't want to solely rely on my husband. Is that not, does that make me a feminist? If you're a woman and you think being a housewife is just being a housewife, or if you think that's lame or something, then you're a misogynistic. I'm sorry, but you are. And I hate that word because everyone's like, misogyny, da, da, da. Everyone says that word all the time. But that's the only time I'm gonna say it. If you think being a housewife is whack, you're a misogynist.
I think they're just scared of the what if factor as well.
Crazy. Why is my wife or anybody's wife feeling like, I'm just a housewife? And I have to reassure and go, are you mad? This is the most amazing thing. Not that I'm saying my wife said this or not. I'm saying. But the point is, our sisters are being felt as, I'm not doing nothing with my life. You are doing the most amazing thing a woman could ever do. You're nurturing the next generation. I'm doing my bit. You're doing your bit. Don't let these boss babe feminist radicals make you feel that what you're doing is rubbish. You're our child, bro.
I wonder who Ali's talking about.
But even regardless, I really think that those stories that they are telling themselves come from the failed stories that are around us, even if you don't want to address it. That's where they're coming about.
Men.
No, I'm talking about the women that want to be boss babes, is because they want to secure themselves so that if they are in a marriage, their husbands can't provide, or their husbands leave them, or the fact that their husbands pass away, or there's an accident, they are able to take care.
But this is valid. This
That's
is
it.
valid. That's valid. We're not discussing factors. Factors are being brought up. We're not talking about a situation of a sister, who's married and her husband's not
I
providing.
don't think most
We're
women
not-
want to be those boss babes that you're describing.
Of course.
Okay, but look. What we're trying to say, look, 100% Sister Imani, yeah? What we're saying is this, yeah? We're saying that these men, look, at the end of the day, we should be the ones that are encouraging our wives, okay? 100%. I understand if a woman is like, you know what, she's had a father who used to beat up the mom, and she saw this insecurity, understandable, it can happen. And she's like, I have to, prepare, have a career.
I don't like the way women with baggage get talked about. I don't like it. It's like she has all this insecurity. Like, I can't be traumatized without you, like, taking it upon yourself. Why do you care that I'm traumatized? But I think it's important that if you are a man who wants a stay-at-home wife, good, do that. I think also we should implement a monthly salary for housewives. Do you think that's good? You pay me a monthly salary every month. Give me money for being a housewife. That's fair, right? Right? See? But yeah, that's the most important thing. And if two people really love each other and want something to work, like before you get married, you get to know each other and know that, like, I don't want you to have a career. That's fine. Just how I told my husband before we got married, I said, I do not want to work. I want to be a housewife. He said, okay, cool. You can do both. Soft woman, have a job, have a security. And I think it's like really smart what they said. Like, don't go into a marriage thinking, I'm going into the marriage and I'm gonna get a job just in case he cheats on me, then I'm gonna have money in the bank. That's not good to go in with that mindset. But I also think it's smart to have some money. Cool conversation. I can't wait to see more of these. These are great. Invite me on the show. Don't. I hate debates. I'd rather sit here alone and talk. Love you guys. Bye.